Another rough day for Justin Fields at Jets training camp. I'm Ryan Sampson, host of the Gangs All Here show. That's Brandon London, host of the Blue Rush podcast. Brandon, I wanted to talk to you about Justin Fields here because we're getting a lot of reports from all the beat. You know, this has not been a pretty couple days for Justin Fields. This is his first training camp with the Jets. We know they were all in on him to be their starter. The way they attacked this offseason, they went away from Aaron Rodgers. They said, Justin's our quarterback. We're giving him a 2-year, $40 million deal. He's going to be the starter from day one. It's a new offense for him and Tanner Engstrand. It's not encouraging when you see early that he's not getting the offense and that guys are dropping balls. He's sailing throws. There's interceptions happening. But before we get into Justin Fields and what exactly is happening in practice, our guy, Brian Costello, asked Aaron Glenn after today's practice, is he concerned about Justin Fields and how much he's been struggling the last couple days?
It's been a few days passing offense.
Yeah.
Struggled a little bit. Do you have any level of concern there right now?
I don't, because it's early right now. And again, like I just said, man, I'm looking at week 1, right? We have a long time until we get to that point. And the type of men that we have, I know our men's going to pick it up and get it going. So I'm not worried at all. I mean, the thing that I'm more concerned about are the things that we have to do to make ourselves ready for week 1. The things that we're trying to create in training camp, those are the things that I think about on a daily basis.
You get that vibe from him, and he's trying to convey that to the media. He says, I'm not concerned because it's early. These are the dog days of training camp in summer is what he said. Yep. For you, Brandon, when you hear and you see the struggles Justin Fields is going through and you hear his head coach saying it's still early, how are you reading and vibing with this right now?
I need to get some tape out of that camp. I need to sit down and watch the tape because I love the beat writers, but we don't watch practice the same. And I know the Jets fans don't want to hear this, but when you read these reports, I need everybody to RELAX because 1, he's still early. 2, you're still picking up the playbook. You may know the X's and O's, but you don't know the Y's just yet. Why you're attacking a defense, what Engstrand wants to see. And, yeah, you can meet all day. You can get there at 5 o'clock in the morning. You can have meeting on meeting on meeting. But then when you get out there on the field and you see the defense, it's something completely different, which is why they're putting the GoPros on the helmet because they want to see where his eyes are. Good eyes, bad eyes, good throw, bad throw. What was your posture like? What was your mechanics like? They understand what they brought in. And he's the starter, but he ain't the future.
No.
So they're giving
trying
him.
To figure out if
they're
he's the
trying to
future.
figure out if he's the future. So I would say, as of right now, I love the beat because what they do is they report on what they see. But as players, when we go back in, what do you hear players say all the time when they talk about going back and look at the tape? It's never as good as you thought. It's never as bad as you thought. And I want to know what it is exactly they're working on right now because it could be 3rd and long periods to where he's having to force the ball down the football. It could be 3rd and 13. You got to throw it past the 6 at 14 yards. Defense could be sitting back. That's a hard throw or a small throwing window to be able to throw it into. So what I'm saying is for right now, because there's nothing, Ryan, that we see has come out of this camp with the videos.
And they're not going
to. And there's not going to until I sit and watch tape or we watch Saturday at 8 p.m. against the Packers. Hopefully the starters are out there.
Yeah. Which we don't know yet.
Which we don't know yet. And Justin Fields wants, because I understand what he's feeling right now. All right, we're going up against a really good defense that pressures a lot, plays a lot of man-to-man on the back end. We need to see how this offense looks against another team so where we can really evaluate where we are and where we stand right now.
I hear you on the part of, as a player, you see practice differently, and you also know they're going to go watch the tape and evaluate. I'm trying to understand because, again, the beat is charting every single practice. They're seeing what he's completing, what he's not completing. His last 3 practices with the Jets, 2 of 10 passing, 4 of 16 passing, 2 of 6 with an INT. He had 2 interceptions today, including 7 on 7. The Jets were doing a lot, apparently, on offense. Move the field. Move the ball. Drills.
Move the ball.
And starting deep in their own territory. Can we move the ball? Situational awareness. It's sloppy right now. There's a lot of false starts. There's holding penalties. And then the other thing that I'm really concerned about, besides those things, for me, Brandon, it's the drop balls from Allen Lazard, and it's also the processing. It seems like a lot of the beat are saying Justin's holding onto the ball too long. A lot of would-be sacks. He's not processing as fast. His first read, his second read, where he's trying to get the ball to. maybe I'm wrong here. It feels like Tanner Engstrand's trying to make this offense a simple, not simple, but a 1 to 2 read, otherwise pull it down and make a play with your legs. It's not going to be a pure drop back passing offense. That's not this style. It's not Jared. You're not going to have Jared Goff back there with the Lions. This is Justin Fields. Use your athleticism to the best of your ability. Should I be concerned as a Jets fan, though, when Justin Fields is the starting quarterback and they're all in on him, and you're seeing early on right now it's not going well for him?
Because the entire fan base has QB PTSD, then absolutely.
Deservedly so, we have PTSD.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You should read whatever tweet was up about his numbers right now. You should be worried. Don't hit the panic button, but you should be worried. To all the people out there who think
I should be worried.
Yes, absolutely, you should be worried. When you see those numbers, and we're talking about 3 practices now, like if the defense gets you one day, it's like, all right, we'll go back and get them. They get you the next day, it's like, all right, guys, let's pick this thing up. Let's get this thing going. Come on now. 3 days in a row? All right, what the freak is going on here?
Right.
And I'd curse if this wasn't a kid-friendly show.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? What is going on here right now? But when we talk about these sacks, because again, it's a different way that the beat writers look at practice. You could be Will McDonald, you could fly by Justin Fields, and we'd look at it like that would be a sack in a game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Justin Fields would know, all right, clock's off. I got to take off and go. He's a dual threat quarterback. That is his bread and butter, his feet, or at least passing outside of the pocket. So would it be a sack? Traditionally, yes. But since it's not a game and it's not live action, then who knows, because he would have taken off. On the other side of it, let's say it's a sack. We both could be like, all right, that's a sack.
Right.
And he throws the ball down the field to Garrett Wilson. He makes a catch. A lot of the beat don't call that a completion because they say it would have been a sack. But for the athletes, since it's training camp, we got to evaluate the 50-50
Right.
ball. Can the corner make the play on the ball? Can the receiver come down with the catch? So there's different ways to look at it. But as of right now, where we're at right now, 3 days of bad Justin Fields play, yes, you should be worried.
Yeah.
And lastly, hey, receivers, you guys got the opportunity of the lifetime to be a starting wide receiver in the NFL. You have nobody in that room outside of Garrett Wilson that commands any sort of respect from a defensive secondary. Why are you dropping the football?
I know.
It's your opportunity. If my undrafted rookie year, I decided to sign with the Giants, who had tumor plaques. They drafted Steve Smith. You could look at me and be like, you're an idiot for trying to sign with that team and try and make that team. If I was an undrafted free agent this year, I would have called Aaron Glenn myself and said, bro, I would pay for my own flight, my own hotel, bring me to this camp, because there are no receivers on this offense. You cannot be dropping balls.
It's a real concern with this
cannot be
Jets
dropping
offense
balls
too.
here.
Is
Absolutely.
there's no secondary receiving threat besides Garrett Wilson. So the real concern, besides the struggles here, is it's the same tendencies we heard about and see from Justin Fields in his career already early. Not processing fast enough, not getting to his reads quick enough, and just overall not being an accurate quarterback when he needs to in the intermediate and sometimes in the short passing game as well. I know he has the athleticism. I know he has a big arm. I just would love to see the Jets to be able to develop an offense that's very run heavy, which we know they're going to, but make this offense simple for him. And the other thing I want to ask you, Brandon, is I have this, not theory, but this thought about Justin Fields and NFL in total. And I think you know this. There are some players who are practice heroes and are not showing up in the game. And then there's guys who just aren't very good at practice. When I'm asking you to work on certain fundamentals, I need you to work on your footwork. I need you to work on your reads. Make sure you're reading the linebackers here. Are you getting your protections right? It's a lot for a quarterback. I wonder if Justin Fields is one of those quarterbacks where in practice it's a little bit more difficult because he's trying to work on a bunch of different things at once. But then when the game time comes on, there is it's an indescribable trait, I would call it.
Absolutely.
That he has and probably other athletes have as well. I would say Lamar probably has the same thing where when the lights come on, I'm going to be the best.
Absolutely.
Because I can be the special athlete on the field and I can make anything happen. And I just wonder if maybe we're being too nitpicky here and worry too much. But don't get me wrong, 3 days in a row is 3 days in a row. Bad offense. But I would love to see, like you said, and Glenn said he's thinking about the starters playing this weekend. If they get a couple series here, or even one, I do want to see how he plays when the lights are on. Can he show some signs of, I can be an effective quarterback here for this offense?
And
that's what I'm wondering.
And they're going to keep it so vanilla for him in the preseason. You want guys to just be able to line up, go fly, go play football, especially when we're talking about this offense. They're not going to show anything.
Yeah.
They're not going to show anything to the beat. We have zero clue what this Jets offense is going to look like. The beat's not allowed
to report on some of the things they see too, mind you. They're actually told you cannot tweet or talk about some of these formations and plays that these guys are running right now.
So we don't even – so they can see it, and they can kind of get an understanding on how they're going to use guys and where they're going to line guys up. But we have zero clue what this offense's mentality is going to be like outside they run the football.
Correct.
Justin Fields was talking on the podium today about Breece Hall,
yeah.
and he was talking about how you can line him up in the slot, receiver spots. He can catch passes out of the backfield. We have zero clue how they plan to use him.
Yeah.
And if you're lining him up at, let's say, that number one receiver spot on the outside, maybe you got Garrett Wilson to the inside. Or you got Mason Taylor as that second receiver, and then Garrett Wilson as that third receiver to make a defense declare what they're in.
Put Braylon in the backfield. Have both running backs on the field, man. You saw when they did it last year, the Jets had effective use with both of them on the field.
And now when you see that personnel grouping come in, you see two backs, one tight end, two receivers, you're going to bring in a heavier package with linebackers, but now you've got the luxury of having a Breece Hall that can run routes
special
as a receiver. You've got Braylon Allen, there's been the reports where he's been playing well, catching the ball out of the backfield. So I think a lot of the offense right now, we're just seeing a vanilla offense go up against a physical and fast defense that's going to pressure. Absolutely. They get paid. What do you say? They get paid too as well.
What Aaron Glenn's specialty is the defensive side of the ball. So we know he's going to have these guys flying
and
around.
You know he's not going to have a practice scripted. Remember, these are scripted plays. Even though they're moving the football, these are still scripted plays. You already know that second play is going to be 2nd and 13 or 2nd and 6. So Steve Wilks has already had that call. Tanner Inkstrand has already had that call. So, yes, you're moving the field, but the call is already set. It's like the first 10 plays of a game. Those are scripted plays on offense. You're running that script. You're going down that script unless it's like you got a 5-wide set and it's a goal line situation.
Right.
Then you kind of.
But I do like the fact that Glenn and Engstrand are really running a lot of move the ball drills. Certain situational, they were doing, I think, 40 seconds left on the clock. You're at the defense's 43-yard line. Where can you go? You're down 23-20 in the game. Those situational plays and just drawn up, like, what they're doing in practice is something I feel like hasn't been done a while in the Jets franchise, and it's refreshing to see.
And remember, those plays, that's advantageous for the defense, so his numbers aren't going to – he's not going to go 10-10 in the period where the defense is playing not to lose that football game.
The bigger question, though, for Justin Fields, right?
Yep.
This is his real one-year shot. I know it's a 2-year deal, but it's his one-year shot as a full-time starter here. How long of a leash are they going to give him? Is it going to be the full season? Like, hey, we'll ride and die with you because we're evaluating this offense and this roster? Or if the Jets team is competing and they're in these games, but the offense is just giving them nothing besides the run game, and Justin's really killing them in the pass game, do they pull the trigger and go to Tyrod Taylor?
That still depends. And Aaron Glenn, he's the type of coach that he's going to evaluate everything before he pulls the trigger on anything. So if Justin Fields, let's say the offense is struggling, Justin Fields goes 12 for 28 in a game. How many drops?
Yeah.
We got to think about that. How
That's
many
all
drops?
Context, yeah.
How many guys were? How many
penalties do we have on the offensive line?
Penalties on the offensive lines. How many guys didn't get open on a simple curl route, basic route? How many guys were off their spot,
100%.
ran a bad route to where he had to throw the football away? Again, everything, you can't just evaluate what this offense is going to look
and
like.
I thought Justin Fields looked good with the Steelers, and we took him to 4-2 to start the season.
Made some big throws. Yep.
Was it 4-2 or was it
4-2?
4-2. So I mean. And they still went to Russell Wilson, and they wanted to go back to – it felt like they wanted to go back to Fields because Russ was stagnant and stale with that Steelers offense. Yep. So I'm not going to be discouraged. I am concerned, obviously, because there's 3 straight practices of Fields struggling. I want to see what happens in this first week of preseason game. But at the same time, I just have this feeling like Fields, when the lights turn on and it's week 1, he's going to be a different player, and he's going to be better than what he's seen in practice so far.
You know what he's going to do to put you at ease and everyone that's thinking like you, because you haven't hit the panic button yet.
No,
You're
not
just
yet.
you're worried.
Concerned.
Yeah, again,
Concerned.
you got QB PTSD.
Absolutely.
That's real. That's the real medical field. I mean, that's a real illness out there in Florham Park. Something in the water, but he's going to. I see Justin Fields having a play. It's going to be a 3rd and 8. No one's going to be open. What's he going to do? He's going to take off, use his legs, scramble for 23, do a nice little first down thing, and people are going to be like, this is the Justin Fields. This is how we look at and we evaluate Justin Fields. Not as a pure passer.
No.
He's not JG, like we say. He's not Jared Goff. He's JF, Justin Fields. We evaluate him different. It's like
not
me in
CJ
high
Stroud
school.
either, mind
He's
you.
not
He's
CJ.
not- yeah.
He's not CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
CJ can sling that thing.
100%.
So he is a different type of quarterback. And again, we grade him off of a skew, like my high school test or scale or whatever like
Right.
that. We can't grade him to the smart kids of the class.
No, again, this is what I was trying to say. Like, this is not going to be a Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff,
No.
Matthew Stafford type offense. This is going to be, we're going to run the ball down your throat. Justin's going to be asked to make some plays with his legs and just complete some third downs when we need to Garrett
Absolutely.
Wilson and hopefully Mason Taylor and other guys you can get involved. The real concerns are, is he going to continue to struggle? Can he grasp this new offense right? And then also at the same time, who's that secondary wide receiver or second receiving option the Jets can develop here on the offense?
And now that we've got a preseason game coming up Saturday, you've got 2 joint practices against another team with the Giants.
Which will be a real test.
Which is going to be a real test. And then that preseason game, I expect them to play some.
Mm-hmm.
Those receivers are going to play a lot, not named Garrett Wilson. After that, then if the reports are, hey, we all can see it, and it's like no receiver has kind of separated himself as that number 2, then you got to pick up the phone and make a call, because now if you don't, and the fan base sees guys dropping balls in practice, the beat continues to report that no receiver is stepping up and taking that job. Now, if you don't go and call Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper or whoever else is out there, then it looks like, okay, Aaron Glenn, now you're starting to be a used car salesman with all this I believe in my guys talk when your guys are not producing. Film don't lie. Tweets and all, the stats can lie. Film doesn't lie at all. So that's, I think, that Sunday after Jets-Giants, that's where that Monday we need to come back together, and that's where we're going to see that's going to be a milestone.
If progress is being made here.
Yeah.
Listen, Aaron Glenn's not concerned about Justin Fields, says it's too early in training camp right now to evaluate that. Struggles have continued. Jets fans, let us know what you think. Are you concerned about Justin Fields and the way he has struggled early on in training camp? Let us know in the comments below. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button on the New York Post Sports YouTube channel. You can always catch Brandon on Giants content on Blue Rush, me on Jets with Gangs All Here. We're going to be here all football season long talking football like this. We appreciate you guys for always just tuning in.